Hi, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Christian Book Club. And I forgot the mic today. So I do have a mic, but I forgot the piece. I think I lost it. Oh well. But basically, I'm going to continue on with Mood Revolution, Good Mood Revolution. And I'm on chapter 12. And the next, this one's going to be short, but the next thing is choosing acceptance. So the lie keeping us from acceptance, my life shouldn't have challenges. So, what initially appears negative will make sense in time. When we choose the good mood of acceptance, we choose to trust God. We know that events that may initially appear negative will make sense in time. Sometimes only after this lifetime. As we sharpen our acceptance, we begin to accept every event, good or bad. Make sure I didn't do this already. Yeah, confidence was the last one. So acceptance has to happen in life. And in life, doesn't matter who you are, challenges will arise and it will just be a part of your life. And you can choose to accept it, even though it may appear negative. And we need to trust God in those moments that things may appear negative in our life. Maybe we have something we're trying to accomplish and we get negative outcomes, but we need to trust in God that it may appear negative, but in time it will be sharpen our acceptance and we can begin to accept things good or bad, so God can help us. Sometimes it is hard to see how something could be a blessing in disguise, but life experiences, no matter how negative it may seem initially, can bring benefits if you choose to look for them. So if you look for those benefits, you can find them as long as you choose them, good or bad. So everything that happens is a necessary part of your story, or a part of your life, or a part of your journey. You can find the silver lining in it. When we embrace the emotion of acceptance, we stop judging our experience in the moment. We choose to authentically accept all events in our lives. We come to know what our happiness is, enhanced by our ability to see how everything is supporting our highest good. Let's see. We have each experienced events that initially felt like major setbacks. So we all have those events that may feel like major setbacks. Maybe you're trying to do something or you're trying to get somewhere and something happens, and to you maybe it looks like a setback, but it's only a gift of time. That can look back on such events. Living without regrets. And that's very important because we're talking about acceptance. So of course, acceptance comes without regrets, living without. So if you have acceptance, you need to live without regrets. Because if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be? So if you can change one thing about your past, would you even change it? So everything that has happened was necessary to get to the exact moment today. So everything you do, everything that happens in your life is what's supposed to happen. So it's necessary to get to the moment. Even one small change might have sent my entire life. So even one thing might have sent people's lives in an entirely different direction. But we have to be grateful for the lessons that we learned and the insight that we can gain from acceptance. So some events may be painful sometimes, but we can't take them back. No matter how painful those events happen to us in our lives, those events in our story cannot be changed. They're part of our history. But the only thing what we can do is gain understanding and knowledge of each situation when it happens. With acceptance, you see that God wastes no experiences. Even the most challenging experiences can improve your soul with strongly wisdom, compassion, and understanding. So God doesn't waste any experiences because it can improve your soul with wisdom, compassion, and understanding. When your heart breaks, it doesn't shatter, it breaks open. In these moments, it's take time to look at the treasures inside before you patch it back up. Each disappointment can help you grow. So connecting the dots. So living without regrets, and now we got to connect the dots. With acceptance, you develop a fierce trust in God. So when we have acceptance in our life, good or bad, so I have acceptance in my life, good or bad, that I'm always going to trust God in whatever the circumstance that happened in my life. And I'm going to trust Him and give Him the highest praise in the long run. As you strengthen this emotion, you begin to accept challenging events. So when you choose acceptance, then you can accept challenging events as they happen. And you know they may appear a negative, but they'll eventually make sense. So the full meaning of the event will only become apparent after this time or after that period. So something may happen, and the only thing that it may become apparent in a period of time. Maybe not in the moment, but in a period of time, it will be apparent what those events were for, and you can connect the dots why it happened. And you can trust God absolutely. Everything is being guided by God's God's infinite love for you. So this is path of mindful happiness, or the path to be happy in your mind. You see that your mood is not caused by events in your life, but rather by your choice of perception. So your mood is not caused by the events in your life, but rather by your choice of perception, or your choice of way of thinking. So example for acceptance is challenging experience. So this is just examples that he learned in the book. So what did you learn from the challenging experience? How did you grow? How did this experience forge you into a greater version of yourself? So if you want, you can think of a challenging experience that you went through. What did you learn from it? How did you grow? So think about a few challenges in your life, and you could write them down if you want. It's up to you. Thinking back on challenging moments in your life, and connecting the dots forward. So think about how those challenging moments in life connect you to go forward. Next is called the forging process, or the next point, the forging process. So what does a blacksmith do? He forges a piece of iron by throwing it into the fire and then beating it with a large hammer. This turns raw iron into something more useful and beautiful. So how does that go with challenges, or how does that supposed to compare to challenges? Basically, challenges experience forge you into more useful and beautiful versions of yourself. So just like the forging process, challenging experiences is a forging process also. Connecting the dots helps you understand the forging process is a blessing. Without our situations, you wouldn't be who you are today. So without those situations, how would you become the person you are today without being forged in the fire? Let's see. As you move forward, you will continue to encounter challenging experiences. You can resist, complain, and get bent out of shape about them, or you can accept them and choose to have gratitude as you experience challenges. So challenging experiences will happen all the time, but are you going to choose to accept those challenges, or are you going to complain about it? So you can be forged into a greater version of yourself. So the last point here, it is uncomfortable, but ultimately it will shape you into who you are meant to become. So do you want to be who you are meant to become by accepting, by choosing acceptance so you can become who you're supposed to be by being forged in the fire? So every challenge is a gift to help you grow. I can trust that given a long enough timeline, it will make sense. So just remember that every day of your life, every time you run into a challenge, remember that it is there to help you grow, not to hinder you, but it's there to help you. And that's about it for that one. And God is good all the time.